He did have approval ratings higher than that at some point.
What was Trump's highest approval rating?
It was like 45, 46.
I just said, did you ever have about 45? And you just said it was 45, 46. So every president is like unpopular. Like we have like a huge partisan divide right now. I don't know. I don't think Trump ever crossed the 50% threshold.
So you disagree that Biden was historically unpopular?
Motherfucker.
Historically unpopular, but I think that's a result of the right being a cult.
I can't stream this guy. Who cares?
If we have a Democratic president,
fucking
zero
viewer streamer. Literally doesn't matter.
Let's say that I have a president who's 90% popular. Then next year I have a president that's 80% popular with the Democrats. That 80% popular president is going to have historic disapproval because the Republicans are always going to be like sub 15. Because to them, it's anybody is like not acceptable. So yeah, there was historically low disapproval, but look at the Republican approval for Democratic presidents. It's unbelievably low. It's like so yeah, of course, anytime it sinks even a little bit with Democrats, but then also like again, look at what he came into. Holy fuck! How many Republicans have you debated? I don't know if you asked the question. I asked them. They what do you think caused inflation? They don't even bring up COVID. It's like not even a thing they think about. Like they've memory hold it completely.
You're not going to hear me fighting back on that. I think Biden has done an exceptional job as president. I don't think he's getting the credit he deserves, and I think that that's a shame. I don't think he deserves any of the fault for the inflation crisis whatsoever. And I think that he has put us on the path towards a great recovery. And I do agree with your doomer prediction that.
Fuck, man. Cancercels, it's over.
He's done.
There's one path forward that needs to happen.
Okay.
It won't happen because it's not electorally popular, and it makes me sound like a sociopath. But I think that Democrats that are benefiting from Democratic policies or from Democratic successes need to start cutting off Republicans from those benefits. So if you live in a major city, there needs to be less funding going out to rural areas. If you live in a blue state, you need to fight the federal government when it comes to transferring funds from state to state. Like if you're in a red area and your economic productivity is low, you should suffer for it. Or if you're in an area and you're voting against like certain types of entitlement programs, if you're voting against FEMA, then your vote should be contingent on whether or not you have access to it or not. So that when they actually make bad decisions, they suffer for it. Because right now, Republicans are throwing anchors off the back of the vote, and you've got like you've got a rowing team of Democrats on test, okay, that are like trying to pull the ship forward, and the Republicans are acting like their anchors are helping. And they can delude themselves into thinking it because every single time, like this conversation is so fucking cucked. We have to do some soul searching. What did Republicans do after 2020? They lied about the results of the election. They broke into the fucking Capitol, and they still don't accept the results of that election. What happened this election? They said that this election was rigged. You sat here and watched me when Trump himself tweeted out, Philadelphia has crime going on. So no, fuck the soul searching.
It's not about
there needs to be. This is very easy as a parent. There needs to be consequences. So if you're voting against certain things, then you should lose access to them. I think it should be as simple as that. And then I think that's the quickest way to start connecting people's minds to the results of what they're voting for, because there's too much of Democrats having to turn the other cheek while still carrying the lesser productive members of society behind us. It's insane. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, this is something I saw before. I don't think it's Louisiana, but I think it may be Alabama. Is that these states receive so much money in funding for shit like schooling, and they have like the worst, like the
Really?
memes. You look at Mississippi or Alabama, and it's like last on
Yeah,
like
they
everything.
are.
It's like last on test scores, number one on like obesity, number one on like all sorts of fucked up shit, and last on all sorts of good shit you would want. And then they're receiving the most subsidies, and then they're also the ones that are like fucking bitching and moaning the most.
We here have now Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin.
Yeah, but look at this list. These are all
blue
these
wall states.
All of these states that are fucking dark purple, right? Like California, net neutral. Most of the top right, pink here. Like dark purple. This is a Republican state. Republican. What is this? Kentucky, Republican.
Like these,
West
no
Virginia,
offense,
Republican.
these motherfuckers can't read. Like what the fuck, bro?
Like, and you notice that the states that are almost like Texas, it's like half and half, so it's kind of like a little bit better. This is
also when you say a little bit better, where do you think the money's coming from in Texas?
oil.
Well, and Austin, Houston, Dallas. It's not coming from bumfuck nowhere, Mr. Well, I'm gonna fight the bureau.
Yeah, like that definitely doesn't exist in Louisiana. Like in Louisiana, what do you have? You have
New Orleans
and
Wow.
I forget the name of it though. It's not.
It's actually
the
crazy.
one north of it. Anyways, there's another one as well.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
I could see Alaska, but like any of the continental ones,
This is
dude,
fucked.
like
So I'm hearing two things. I'm hearing frustration from Dan on the Democratic politician front, and I'm hearing frustration about the
Sounds like
electorate.
we're in a focus group. That's what they do.
Well,
So Dan, it sounds like you're frustrated.
But I mean, this is our country. This is our, electorate.
I thought about it. This is gonna be really fucked up to say. I went through the Project 2025 thing last night because I didn't know. Like before, I couldn't sleep for a few hours after this, and I went home and I really went through Project 2025, and I realized that really sucks for a lot of other people. But none of that is gonna really affect me specifically. Like I wasn't fighting for myself on a lot of this shit. If realistically speaking, Trump is way fucking better. At least he claims to be way fucking better for the Jewish people in the short term, I guess. Maybe. I still have my doubts on that. I think that letting Israel go full on hinge is bad. But when you pull up Project 25, remember they have the list of the shit. Like, let's go through this Project 2025 list. Like, the stuff I care about, fuck me. Is it a 30-part list or something? 30 things? Steps? You must know what I'm talking about. It's a list of this shit. Fuck, I'm not gonna be able to find it now.
Oh, such a goated game for Max, by the way. Holy!
But basically, it was a list of all the shit, and most of it was related to abortion. Most of it was related to.
Oh, hell nah, dude.
I didn't like the part about putting Trump's people in power. I think that's kind of a bad idea. But a lot of it is related to abortion. A lot of it is related to gay people. A lot of it is related to trans shit.
The person that was just linked, it might be it. I don't know. That thing?
Let's see.
Or he might just be linking the whole thing.
Yeah, no. I think this might be it, but this doesn't have like the nice things for each one.
I mean, gutting the FDA, gutting the Department of Education, these kinds of the changes.
I don't like those things. But as far as like specific things, it was like a bullet point list. Yeah. Like no more this. You fill Trump's offices with sycophants and shit like that, right? Like. I was reading this thing, and it was just fucking. What? No, that's not it either. I don't know. I've been getting fucked with. No, this is it. This is what I was looking for. Okay, finally, thank you. All right, I looked at this, and let's just go through it. Let's talk about how much this actually affects. Average person.
Well, wait, hold on. Okay. If we want to find it in the thing, we can. I never trust lists like this because I never know how much is like out of context, and I just haven't seen it.
You want to go through the main thing?
Well, I'm just saying if you wanted to, we could, because I never tried. Because when Reddit people make lists like this, it always end up being fucking crazy. It might be a good list. I just don't know. I haven't checked it. And I always get hesitant to.
Fuck.
But if you want, you can pick one thing and we can.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Well, how about if we say it's not the full thing and there is other stuff and it's out of context?
Sure, if you want to. Yeah.
Because this is gonna take a fucking while to go through.
Yeah, obviously, there's like 900 pages or some shit, isn't it?
Look, here's what it says: backdoor ban on abortion. Realistically speaking, doesn't affect me. I'm not a woman.
A lot of states are winning on their abortion protections.
Yeah, I don't.
Were there? Did there?
There were, I think, 7-1 of 10. Florida failed, but it had majority support.
Okay.
In Nebraska, I think they have the 12-week abortion ban.
So that sucks. Pack the Supreme Court with MAGA extremists. Whatever.
It's gonna affect you.
Huh?
If any kind of, I don't know. Do you care about progressive legislation agenda? That kind of stuff?
It upsets me because I don't want this to happen. But as far as directly affecting me, none of these things directly. Like,
sure,
I think my life will
be.
Day
one, it
no, not on year 3, day 1. I think I'll be living the exact same life as I am right now. I think this just fucks over a lot of other people. And also, I'm skeptical of some of the stuff in here. So things like ripping immigrant children away from the arms of their mother. Like, I don't. So Trump has said a million times he wants to deport all Muslims. He wants to deport all illegals. But I think that there's no chance he even remotely does it. And here's why. It's simple. Like, that's a fucking massive network effect. You deport one fucking illegal, and they had like 10 people here that they knew that were illegal. All of a sudden, you now have 10 people that are very upset with Trump, that are absolutely voting against this guy or whoever this party was next year.
They're telling us they're going to do it. They have their comms people right now saying it's going to be the biggest mass migration
I understand that, just like the wall, right?
Well, if they're illegal, they can't vote anyway, so.
Well, no, the illegal people that they get rid of, right?
They're gonna have someone who's legal.
There's like, if I deport fucking.
Oh, you think their friends are gonna vote differently? How many of their friends were voting Republican anyway?
Yeah.
Apparently, fucking a lot, right? Didn't we see some of the heavily Hispanic counties like voting all Trump? How would that change if it's like fucking my friend Jose just got fucking booted out of here for nothing? He's been here for 10 years.
Well, I don't know if.
True. I don't know.
Projecting my own family, but I think there might be a mentality of immigrants that like once they get here and they've made it,
they're kicking the ladder.
Brother.
The ladder thing where they're fuck, I should have came here legally.
You don't.
Count created
really?
6 minutes ago.
Have, like,
die.
Moms or something
Get
like
banned,
that.
you
Like,
fucking bastard.
that.
Bot. We got a bot in the chat, please.
You're right.
Yeah,
Maybe they literally won't care.
It'll be a massive expenditure, that's for sure.
Yeah. Then I read something like 100K per extradition.
It'll be a shit ton of money to find these people, locate them.
That's okay though.
Ship them out.
Republicans love spending, so.
And how is that even gonna fucking benefit it? Isn't it gonna like fuck shit up if they do that? Like, who's gonna be working on the fucking tomato fields?
Remember, you have to shift when you keep saying who's it going to benefit, people think that who's it going to benefit. It will benefit the Trump people, but you're thinking benefit in terms of like economics or whatever. These people will suffer economically to further ideologically.
Lux should be
what
better
their,
here.
What their goals are, I think.
Own the libs? Is that what you think the goal is?
Well, the issue, it's own the libs, but it's also the
I
issue
might just
is
have to go.
they've got themselves like in a
Forced to go
perfect
back
mind state
though,
right
because
now
I can't.
where
There's
even
no
if they were suffering
Lux in the
economically,
Yasso,
it's
not
because of what
happening.
they're doing, it's because of it's somehow still the fault of the Democrats. Like, for instance, so I tweeted out jokingly that maybe the Republicans will admit that at least there's not like a crazy deep state rigging everything because we got crushed in this election, and they all said no, that just proves that 2020 was rigged even harder. And I'm like, oh, so if we would have won, it's definitely rigged.
Yeah.
But since we didn't win, it was definitely rigged. And it's like, there's nothing. So even if they started deporting a whole bunch of people and then costs and prices started going up, they would just find somebody else to blame. It's never, ever, ever your fault. It's never your fault, ever.
So don't you have any like fire in your heart for the cucked Democrats for running? I mean, let's be frank. Kamala Harris, I admire who she is. I agreed with her policies.
Fuck, man!
Campaign.
I think she sucks shit.
Again!
Anything as a Democrat. What do you can't come out and take credit for anything because people will call you out of touch. You can't throw your administration under the bus because now it looks like you're what? So why didn't you do anything, or why were you in an administration to disagree with everything? Meanwhile, Donald Trump can literally run for a second term saying "Make America Great Again," even though he was just president. Why didn't you make it great? What happened? And he can say things were horrible, but then he can also
That's
say, "Remember
true.
4 years ago where you were." Like Donald Trump said, "Remember where you were 4 years ago. That's why you should vote for me." 4 years ago, they voted Trump out of office with more votes ever. How can you even say that? So the reality is, and this is where I'm going to spend the next year shifting people's mind towards, is you have to stop playing that game. You can't do it. You cannot have two people step into the arena with different rule books. That has to stop.
I was talking with my brother this morning, and I realized something that of why Kamala was so shit and Trump like did so well. So Kamala had this thing like a first-time home buyer's credit, and I realized like, what a fucking shit thing to try and get elected. Who knows they're gonna be a first-time home buyer and is gonna care about that? Like, if you're trying to get votes, you need to be like, how are you gonna tell me you're gonna lower my mortgage rates? Like, why is Kamala not out there like, you know what? In the next year, if you elect me, the mortgage rates across the country, I promise you, I will do everything I can to get them down below 3%.
Yeah, but the problem is nobody cares. Nobody cares about the numbers.
I feel like those things move the needle more than pushing like, hey, I got a first-time home buyer.
I understand what you're saying, and I know that doesn't matter because there are more Americans paying historically lower interest rates on their mortgage at this point in time than there ever have been in all of U.S. history. And
There's got to be it.
Nope, because more people
right
refinance. The average home person, the average mortgage right now, because so many people refied during COVID and everything when his interest rates were 0%. The average homeowner mortgage rate right now is lower than it ever has been in all of U.S. history, and the average homeowner is making more wealth through accumulation of wealth in the home than they ever have been.
Others? I mean, that's just an example of something she could bullshit on, right? To say.
Well, I think when he says he fundamentally denies the framework that this is about policy.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
but
they
what
can
about
say things like that.
Yeah, she should have.
Yeah, you can bullshit, but then the problem is when the Democrats aren't bullshitting. I mean, you can just lie.
No, but why focus on a first-time home buyer credit when that's gonna win you like no votes at all?
I mean, why did Donald Trump say he was gonna give a deduction for interest on car insurance? Multiple Republicans brought that up as a good idea. What a retarded fucking idea.
People are like, oh damn, I'm gonna be able to deduct my car.
But like, bro,
people are stupid. They don't know.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. So none of this matters. It doesn't matter what you say.
That got him votes, right? People are like, oh shit, nice. I can fuck it. That sounds sick.
I mean, I feel like a first-time homebuyer tax credit is a big deal.
I feel like nobody knows they're gonna be.
I know this guy might pick Yasso. If he does, it's
over. 19 years old. That was a big deal for me.
You didn't know you were gonna buy it at that time. That's why I feel like that's like the type of thing. It's like you're putting out you're gonna do something. How many people know like, oh, I'm gonna vote for you because of this? Like, I would say the difference is like, hey, if you vote for me, I'm getting rid of all car loans. We're just gonna wipe them out. It's like, are you for real?
Okay.
Like that's
W.
Like, even if it's bullshit, that's getting people to be like, this motherfucker's gonna get rid of my car loan if I do it. But saying like, hey, if you happen to find a quarter tomorrow, I'll give you $1. Like, who's that getting? Right? You don't know that you're going to find the quarter tomorrow. So why do you give a shit? Nobody knows they're going to be a homeowner. That's like so small.
But like, how do we defend? And I guess what Steven is saying is, who cares how we would defend it?
I don't think
if we were just like run on the platform of get rid of all debt, Or get rid of all like medical debt.
Or I mean, that's really the Andrew Yang's strategy, which I mean, even put him on the fucking map of literally just buying votes, basically being like, if you vote for me, I'll give you $1,000 a year, right? That was it. If I get elected, I'll give you.
I mean,
guys...
Democrats kind of ran on that with the child tax credit. That's a ton of free money.
But they suck at marketing. Just say that I'm going to give you $1,000 a year.
They literally did the marketing for the child tax credit. It was huge. Everybody that filed their taxes under Biden got that tax credit. It was huge.
Then their marketing fucking sucks.
It's not that their marketing sucks. Americans don't care about that. Americans don't care about the money. We're not suffering economically. Despite how much Shadow called me out of touch, despite how much everybody will complain, we're not suffering economically. We're just not.
Do you remember the scene? Did you ever see the movie Cheney?
No.
I think it was called Cheney. There's a scene in here. Okay, I think we can watch part of this. Okay.
Is this the Christian Bale?
Yeah.
I think it's called VP or VP.
Oh yeah.
Oh man!
Like did you see that girl on Jubilee that I was debating who was talking about how groceries were too expensive for her 2 kids? And I was like, what about a $6,000 extra? And she said, you think $500 a month would help? Are you fucking retarded? How huge are your children that $500 a month? Not forget feed them completely, which it obviously would. It wouldn't even help. $500 a month? Are you going to Texas Roadhouse every single night? What the fuck are we talking about? Jesus.
It's called Vice.
But yeah, so like it's not. Yeah, none of it is.
No, I hear that, but it also sounds like okay. 50.
All right, I gotta turn this off. All right, here we go. Here we go with the flow. Here we go. Why is this so loud, chat? Hey, yo, chatter. Here we go, whatever, fucking flow. Hey, where are these chats, dog? Yeah, I hit. It's man! Of course!
First blood.
So for Ukraine salesmen. Awesome little chud. Awesome little chud, man. Okay, where is the jungler? Where is the jungler? Amura Higahoog. Ooh. Yeah, fucking hit by that. Get AIDS. Cancer. They know you're there, 1,000,000%.
Shut down.
Kills him. Oh no, he doesn't.
An enemy has been slain.
Run my ass back to me! Run my ass back to me! What in the goontastic?
Been slain.
What in the gooner?
An enemy has been slain.
This guy has not backed, man.
An
So confused on where Chutso was.
An ally has been slain.
I mean, dog! I got a fucking pedophile afoot.
An ally has been slain. You have slain an enemy. Double kill.
Goated! Goated!
An enemy has been slain. An ally
With
has
that
been
white
slain.
blood precious, making my first to fly to the pocket beep. Get him, Lee Sin. Q. Oh, might get ganked by an absolute fucking chud, by the way. Oh, the gank from the chud might happen, folks. I honestly don't know what to build. Not good! Not good. We're losing route lane this hard. What the chat? Yeah, 100% on that. Such is life, my disgusting fucking chud life, by the way. He lives. Well,
An ally has been slain. Enemy
Well.
double kill.
open for my chuds in the bot lane.
Your turret has been destroyed.
That is.
Down.
Alright, time to get the fuck out of here. No! I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Shouldn't have baited that shit. I really don't know what I mean. I really don't know what the answer is, man.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Gambala.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Gambala.
Shut down.
Gambala. You're dead. I mean, what is this mutt doing? An ADC split pushing!
Has destroyed
Man?
a turret.
What are we doing? What is going on? Gambala.
Your team has destroyed.
Gambala. Alright, TP for this though. Just need a ward.
An enemy has been slain.
So I don't need a TP.
An enemy has been slain.
Wait, 50 gold. Wait to 50. Gambala.
An ally has been slain.
This is more important than Rift. Where's this rat, man? Ah! Alright. I can't move, man! Oh, of course! The one fear, dude! Of course, the one fear. The one fear. The one fear, man! Why did I do that, dude? Of course, if I had flash, it would have been fine. Of course, I have to wait 3 seconds for the fucking go, man. Oh, yep. Game's practically fucking over, dude. That was our time, dude. That's so fucking frustrating, man. Like, I need to hit a Q there, dude. I need to not stand in the fucking spot, dude.
Turret has been destroyed.
Oh, that's made me so angry, man. Of course, I stand in the most retarded spot ever. Wholesome. So fucking wholesome that these pedophiles even get to do this, man. Awesome, your bot lane wins and you get dragons? You're so good at the game. Gambala.
Enemy killing spree. Shut down.
Gambala.
An ally has been slain.
Oh man, this game was decided literally by one fight. So unbelievable. Awesome.
Your turret has been destroyed.
And what am I to do up there?
An ally has been slain.
Oh.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Get him! Woo! Run his ass down, boy!
Executed. Has been slain.
I don't give a shit. Sorry.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Gambala.
An ally has been slain.
Alright, this time I will not make the same fucking mistake. Too late. The same fucking mistake. Gambala. Where are these guys at?
Enemy double kill. Enemy triple kill.
Awesome. me, man. Like, how do we fucking lose this fight? Not a single kill, dude. Not a single one. Nada. Nothing, man. It's like the most support gap in the world, dude. So crazy to me that these pedos can't do anything, dude. Oh, I had the setup and everything, dude. So fucking frustrating, man.
An enemy has been slain.
Oh.
An enemy is legendary.
I just need fucking money, dude. Like, where are these pedos? Like, all I have to do is sit in a bush, wait for one of them, cue them, and kill them. Boom. Solution. Awesome solutions. Awesome solutions. I loved him so much. 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 It's wholesome when the team isn't organized. When we can't be an organized, functional team. So wholesome.
Shut down. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. An enemy is legendary.
Let my wholesome team be functional, please. Literally. Oh. Yeah, bro. Hey, bro. I fucking hate these fucking degenerate fucks, dude. Yeah, you just run in there like a mutt. You're a mutt. Subhuman freak. Death. You need death, huh? Remember, the only time you actually did good was because the jungler ganked you. Haha. What is this? Give me 75 shards. Can I gamble these? What can I gamble these? What are these for? I don't care. Oh, I let my grow my little chuds. Oh, if I fucking played that one fight a little better, man. It's not act like fucking children. You don't have to take a piss. Have to go such a long way around. You don't have to take a piss. You don't have to take a piss. Oh, I forgot I was watching the.
There's very little he can do.
It sounds like there's a lot he can do, because it sounds like there's a lot that Trump can do. So what should Biden do in 3 months, starting tomorrow?
So
He should pull the plug as hard as he can on every piece of legislation that Democrats passed.
I think, I mean, I don't know.
I don't think it's fair to say
All
that
right.
Trump can be able to do whatever he wants, and then saying that Biden, well, he's fucked, he can't do anything. He's a lame duck, old fuck that's going to be dead in a few years, no matter what. Anyways.
Well, what do you want him to do?
He should
I
also
want him to
enact
do everything that
every
Trump is
single
trying-
tariff Trump said he was going to put on. Biden should put on too. Yeah.
I think he should do something besides nothing for the next 3 months. If we're so concerned with Trump literally going fucking crazy,
Okay,
I think that then
Here's
fucking
the
Biden does
problem.
the opposite.
So I see two kind of avenues of what you're taking. Either he can intentionally fuck up the country so that Trump has some kind of fucked up thing he has to deal with, or he can do something like fucking obscene and criminal, like take people out.
No.
And
What about
That just
something to
seems bad.
stop something that Trump wants to do in the future with questionable?
he's cucked. He's a lame dumb. He can't negotiate with people.
He,
Because
he doesn't need to. Just
All right.
What I mean is, in international politics, he could try to do some shit, but like, who cares about it?
Let me, I feel like we're okay. You're like, what can he do? I'm saying he can do a lot that will then get challenged in the Supreme Court and everything in 6 months to a year down the road. But what can he just fucking do and say
that
fuck
Trump
you?
can't undo.
No, Trump can still undo it. But
Well, there's nothing really.
what
'cause
can he
again,
set in motion?
Like what?
That once
Or
he
like what's
press
an
the button,
example?
it's
Like
done?
Trump can't undo.
What's a bad example?
Or like, what's an
Fucking
example?
launching a nuke at Russia. Obviously,
Oh,
like as an
Okay,
example.
well, then that's
Right? No, I'm just. You're.
Yes,
I'm
he
not
can't
saying we
undo
do that.
that.
I'm not saying we
Yeah.
do that. I'm just giving that as an example of that's something that you could do that would fuck a lot of things moving forward that cannot be undone. Right? As an
Yes,
example.
yes, it is. you have found an example that Trump can't undo that.
There are other things that Biden can do, short of insane shit like that he could do today.
He could start a trade war, an actual war to make it, make it so Trump has a heart. But he's not going to do that, But also, I don't want that. I don't want him to cause chaos for Trump.
Such
to
is
deal
life
with.
when I get
that would be good.
counterpicked. So awesome.
Can Biden go right now and, like Trump is promising to do, where he would take everyone that's a loyalist, or sorry, that's not a loyalist, and fire them and put someone else in? Can he just go ahead right now and fire everyone? And then
but then Trump's just gonna. You're making Trump's job easier. He'll be like, "Thanks, Biden. Now I can. Now I don't even have to worry about it.
There must be something. Here's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
There must be some things that once you do it, you can't get back in, and the only way to change that law is to have a supermajority.
The problem is you're assuming that
That was already in
no.
place.
The president can do things unilaterally that can be undone unilaterally, but he can't do something that
Easy
requires
come,
all the
easy
government,
go.
and then it can or does something on his own that has to be taken back by all the government.
What I'm trying to think of is like an example. Like, for instance, once someone is a felon, okay, there's a law already on the books. Okay, if you're a felon, that once you're a felon, you can't buy a car, okay, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter, right? And that law has been on the books forever, and the only way to get that law off the books is with a supermajority.
Yeah, but you had to pass the law first, right?
No, I'm saying if there's laws in place right now.
But then he wouldn't be doing anything. It would just be laws on the books right now, no?
Yeah, but
Fucking
the idea is that you kick people
Ramis,
type of
dog.
thing already, right? So you make people felons, and by virtue of that, now they can't go and do this other thing because there's other laws in place that can't be removed.
He can pardon Hunter Biden.
He should pardon Hunter Biden. He absolutely should.
What about if
he should?
Like, as a meme, what about if he literally just fucking pardoned every federal criminal?
He could do that. That'd be unreviewable.
That would be done. You can't stop that.
Correct.
That would.
Why the fuck would he get every federal criminal out of jail?
It's a type of thing just to fuck.
It is a type of thing, yes.
It is a type of thing. Or why doesn't he pardon every single person that's committed a drug crime immediately?
That'd be pretty. You want drug dealers to
Didn't he do that with marijuana?
No, not entirely. But maybe you should.
Are you sure?
Kamala, I think there was something.
I think the thing is, just as a quick
simple possession.
Yeah, just as a quick thing. I don't remember the numbers offhand, but in the U.S. population, federal prisons account for I think it's less than 10% of all prisoners. It's mainly state prisons.
This is just the type of stuff I'm thinking about. What is possible for this fucker to do in the last 3 months that maybe will be challenged, not by. That can't be undone by an action, right? It's something you do it, and people are like, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't press that button. And once you press the button, people can argue about it, and 6 months to a year later, after court, they're like, yeah, you shouldn't have pressed that button.
Yeah.
But what can he just say? Fuck you, challenge me in court, and press that button today, and make it so that maybe Trump can't accomplish all of his goals.
I would have said Obama should have just installed Merrick Garland as the Supreme Court justice at the end of his term. Wow. And said because Congress has waived its obligation under Article 1, Article 2, to keep advice and consent.
Actually, this is a good thing.
But I mean, that's one example I can think of. But whatever.
Hold on.
That's
What does it take to appoint? What is the law of appointing a Supreme Court judge?
you need to have a vacancy, a place for them to sit.
What does it actually say? Because it's been increased multiple times in the past, not for a long time, but they've increased, like as far as the packing.
You need a statute.
Okay, so basically the president unilaterally can increase the amount?
No.
He needs what?
Congress pass an act of law.
Okay.
They never do that.
So he can't
They
just
don't even
go-
have the Democratic votes in the Senate to do that.
I don't know. I feel like
you
he
need
should,
to break the filibuster to do that as well.
I feel like he would have to do something now that will be challenged and take time to challenge, and it'll have to go to the Supreme Court. But something that once you've done
Biden, love him, mean it. And Biden, I think that you've done the best job of a president in my lifetime. His time is cooked. This is cooked. He's a lame duck. He's got no power anymore to do long-lasting things.
That's not true.
It's a divided
I mean,
government.
it's a shitty example, but he could launch like a nuke at Russia, solidifying our countries being at war. I'm not saying to do that.
Yeah.
I'm giving an example. You're saying there's nothing he can do. There are more things like that he can do that can't.
Give a more mid example. That's not like nuking somebody.
Stop. I don't mean to laugh.
Okay,
I understand,
I'll give
I
you
understand the
an
frustration. I do.
He could tell China we're no longer protecting Taiwan. It's all yours. He could end
anything relating to foreign stuff. The problem with negotiating with democracies is if you know that the person is on the way out, the other countries just won't take anything you say seriously.
Yep.
Couldn't he literally just destroy our military if he wanted to?
No.
No? He couldn't say, I hereby command the military.
They didn't impeach and remove him for that.
I don't. I'm pretty sure
If
the
he's
president.
be like
One, he would get
unilaterally-
impeached. Two, a lot of the stuff that
And
goes to the
how
military is like
fast?
congressionally
Hey, I'm sorry,
approved.
Can
Quickly.
the president with what
if he
authority-
says I'm tearing down the military or something approaching that, or it's understood,
What about if he's like, I want all these battle cruisers at this position tomorrow?
and just
I don't
do
even
the
think
funniest
I don't
thing
think they
in
would
the
even
world.
do it. I don't know if
No,
they would
they-
even follow through on it.
Okay.
His-
Again,
You
this is
have
all
so
this
many
is all
leaks.
hypotheticals. I'm not suggesting this shit. I'm just saying, you think that the supreme commander of the armed forces
Commander Chief, yeah.
cannot say, I want all of my carriers, all of my ships at this in this port tomorrow.
He could.
He
It
could
would
say
be
it,
an
but, like,
absolute
didn't-
fucking shit show.
Well, I don't even know if they would do it. They'd probably just say, "Sorry, bro, you're crazy." Because didn't Trump try to do this with Afghanistan on his way out? Didn't Trump say, "I want to withdraw every single soldier and
Syria.
contractor out"? Was it Syria? I thought it was Afghanistan. He was like, "I just want to pull everybody out." And I think was it Mark Milley? Somebody was like, "Bro, we're not doing that. That's wild."
Timetable. Yeah, it might have been.
Oh, here's a good example. Great, this is a perfect one. Thank you to the person in chat. What about if Biden says, I'm hereby, by my executive decree, giving Ukraine 10 nuclear weapons? That's a perfect example. Thank you, chatter. That's a great example of something you can do that cannot be undone.
Can the president unilaterally sell military stuff to other? I don't think we can do that. I don't
That
think
Why?
we can even have
Why?
that.
Why?
He would
Why
be
couldn't they?
condemned across
I don't think so.
the world for doing that.
Why?
In violation of the non-proliferation. I mean,
Who cares?
America. Who cares? I care.
I don't care. Does
I
Trump
think that
care
would
about
not
this
be
shit?
good.
People don't care. Yeah, wouldn't be good. Why not do that?
I don't think that's probably.
Because it's a throwing a tantrum. What you're
Well, that's not.
describing-
No,
I
not even.
don't-
Fuck the
that's-
tantrum. That's like leading to the destruction of the entire world.
No, it's not.
Starting to hand out nuclear weapons to
Just
people
whoever-
is that would
like
be
Toys R Us? Nukes are us.
that would be bad.
I'm giving you an example. Okay, fine. Not a nuke. Something is insanely powerful. Like, hey, we're gonna give you 10,000 fucking, I don't know, Trident ICBMs. They'll be there tomorrow. We're selling to you for $1.
I don't know what level of reasonableness you're asking. If Biden were to make an order like that, nobody would follow through on it. Nobody in the military
I
would follow through on
disagree.
it. Okay.
First off, you have to follow
You
through.
don't have to. Nobody's forcing you. Unless Biden's going to show up with a gun and hold it to your head. They don't have to do
He's the
anything.
commander of the
Doesn't
armed forces.
matter if he can be the commander of the whatever. They're not going
I
to do it.
think-
He has no leverage. He has no. People understand.
He's going to get impeached.
I-
But, like military commanders are going to go before fucking Congress. They're not going to follow him.
That takes time.
So does approving orders and shipping weapons and whatever. Unless Biden's going to go there personally with an AK-47 and tell people to, it's not going to happen.
I think both of you guys are, you guys know so much more than me. I think you're both wrong. I think if he puts in an order, says, tomorrow, I want this equipment sent here. I think
Biden tried, or I'm sorry,
Formalistically,
Trump
you're
tried to
correct.
make Jeffrey Clark the Attorney General on a phone call. He did. They were marking him as the Attorney General in the call logs, but it didn't happen because he had no idea what he was doing. He tried to make Sidney Powell a fucking special prosecutor because he said it on the phone to her. Like, it didn't happen. Like, you can't just, even though technically he does have the power to
Yeah.
kind of do that, but you can't. There are
Formally,
people
when you
involved
say
here.
it didn't happen though, it kind of almost did. Like when he did that shit, did he not?
I don't know what the game we're playing
sort
is.
of,
Yeah.
sort of, but I agree with you formally. I think it's
In practice, it's not. People aren't
But
going to follow
we're in
through
the
on
real
it.
world, and he's going to face all kinds of pushback that will nullify.
So you
any-
think that the commanders of the armed forces right now are not interested in listening to Biden? They're not.
I think that there have been multiple times
They have
in
other
world
interests.
history where from the top down there was an understood moment where nuclear weapons were supposed to be launched at a country and multiple people involved said we're not going to do this, and the world averted nuclear disaster as a result of that. And if there was ever a compulsion to do something militarily, it would have been at these times.
What about this then? What about if there's a million ways to go this. What about Israel has nukes? What about if Biden says to Israel, hey, I want you to give some nukes to Ukraine, and for that I'm going to send you a fuck ton of aid right now.
Israel will be like, no. Oh, in exchange for aid?
Yeah.
If you
Oh,
give
shit.
nukes to Ukraine?
I don't know if we can do call-ins right now.
Why?
Brian Tyler Cohen wants to call in.
Oh yeah, don't call him.
Supposedly. Well, sorry, actually, somebody just said he's in YouTube chat. I don't know if we can handle it right now. Do you have this? Because I don't know if it's allowed for it.
And
But I
you message him the account.
if you,
Say it.
actually, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. I don't even know if he actually said that. Some fucking retard in my chat said
Okay.
that. So I don't actually know if he wanted to.
I understand the frustration. In my opinion, Biden can't do much to protect the country. The country has made its decision clear. The people have made the decision clear. It's up to us to draw lessons from it and find out what we're going to do. What I know I don't want to do, even though I understand.
What do you think would happen?
Is to give everything to Trump.
Hold on,
That's-
hold
I
on.
don't want that.
Hypothetically speaking,
Yeah.
what would happen if tomorrow Ukraine had 5 nukes?
There's a whole question about they have to have like the delivery system. They have to be able to maintain them. Like the nuclear shit needs to be like refreshed or whatever.
I think it's different for
everyone
the
in NATO
missiles
would
than it is for like a reactor.
No, even for missiles, they require like an upkeep in order to keep them functional and tested and to have delivery system. It's like a whole ass.
Everyone in the world, I think everyone in the world
would hate the United States.
Would condemn the United
unilateral,
States.
or not unilateral, multilateral. Every single country on the planet would condemn it. Yeah.
Well, anyways, these are the types of things I'm saying as an example of things that I believe that Biden should do.
Yeah, and it feels, and I'm not saying that because I feel the frustration. I think it's a real frustration. It feels like a tantrum. It does, and not necessarily from you.
Oh,
I'm saying
sorry. One more. I don't even know if he could do this. Does the president have the ability to make someone a citizen?
No, Congress has the power of naturalization.
So the president can't give someone citizenship.
Not beyond what Congress has. Well, I mean, we'd have to test it, right? I guess, but Congress has the power of naturalization.
No, the president can make citizens.
Show me where that's allowed.
All you have to do is bang your mom, have a kid. Boom! U.S. citizen. Absolutely destroyed.
Destroyed.
Yikes.
Yeah, obviously declassifying powers. I just
The Epstein folder.
sure, but I don't know if that moves the needle. I'm talking about stuff that's trying to prevent what we know is coming. What's coming under Trump? We know
Shit ton of shit.
We know that Russia is going to take Ukraine, right? And the current administration does not want that to happen.
Donald Trump has promised to end the war in Ukraine on day one.
Yeah, and we all know how
and I think that's not going to bode well for Ukraine, and I think that means that there's going to be some settlement, some agreement, whereby some large chunks of Ukraine are given over and ceded to Russia, including Crimea. And
Brian, I'm Steve Abundel, the second in chat. You can email me on that email if you want to hop in. I think the war will end soon. I think that Crimea and I think that Luhansk and Donetsk, I think are going to be given to Russia because Trump is going to want to pull the plug on that conflict. And I think Russia might even give back like Zaporizhzhia and Kherson or whatever. They might even give back something as a sign of good faith, and then Trump will say that he like made peace.
What is amnesty exactly? Like how? Like I'm seeing people like pardon, give more citizens, all this type of shit. Like can Biden right now do something with all the illegal immigrants if he wanted to?
The president has 3 different temporary like immigration measures that he can do to let people in like temporarily. One is called TPS, which is temporary protected status.
that can be undone.
But that's all just temporary stuff. That's not
He can
citizenship.
parole in place. That's going to be covered by the courts, and you're going to have a lot of trouble with this Supreme Court. Think about what they did undoing the student debt stop. If you have any kind of wide systemic immigration relief by this administration, one, you're going to anger the population who just voted in one of the most hawkish immigration person. You're not tracking where the country is. That's number one. And then number two, it's going to get cut by the courts. You're going to invoke the major questions doctrine or some other doctrine to be like, or maybe even legitimate statutory interpretation to say, hey, president can't do this. I mean, Congress has made specific paths for you to get a green card. And I don't think that the president has the authority to just snap his fingers and give all these people green cards.
All right. I'm gonna stop going in on this.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. You guys are like, when Trump's in place, he's gonna fucking do everything. Unilaterally, he's gonna do whatever he wants. And I'm like, so hey, what can Biden do for 3 months? And you're like, oh, nothing.
Because Trump is doing it at the start of his administration with a mandate from the American people.
Yeah.
Biden just lost the election. It's a totally different thing. Yeah. Like if you ask me what can the president do in 3 months, that answer is way different at the start of the administration versus the end. It's a way different.
I still feel like he could do stuff right now.
He did a bunch of stuff at the start of his administration.
I feel like in the next 3 months, he still has roughly half of Americans supporting him. Generals still, they might not like it, still have to listen to his orders.
They don't.
I think if you don't listen to
but if
an
you go too
order that's
crazy,
lawful,
if you get too crazy, what he's saying is that you're going to see people.
if you go too crazy, but I don't think right now,
Ukraine?
hold on, right now the policy of the United States is that we are protecting and defending Ukraine. We are giving them weapons.
Yeah.
Okay, it is not so far. Holy shit! Wait a second, we're giving them shit that already does a lot of damage. Okay, maybe we're not giving them a fucking SAR bomb.
I'm not even sure Ukraine would accept them.
An ally
Okay,
has been slain.
forget the nuclear weapons. What about giving them a fuck ton of like, I don't know, javelins or whatever the fuck it is that they would need to actually make a difference? Long-range missiles
I don't
that
think
can
the
strike
president
into
can do it unilaterally. I think you need approval from Congress for that.
to sell weapons.
Don't you?
Well, you can just send him once they happen.
Yeah.
Do that. But
I mean, he is the supreme commander. It's his decision.
It's a
What are the
supreme commander, but
consequences?
like I don't know who owns. Like I don't know if it's like the United States Army, like as an entity that owns something.
Biden
Congress
could.
can't like.
Biden absolutely could do things to improve Ukraine's armaments in the time left he has. He absolutely could do that. 100%.
Yeah, and he could give them, like for instance, the example would be forget nukes because that's like too
He
inflammatory.
could give
a long-range
other-
missiles
yes.
that could strike directly into the center of Moscow.
Yeah.
He could give them a huge delivery of them that could basically like annihilate Moscow.
Yes, but he would risk.
What?
There are strategic reasons why he hasn't done that yet. There are geostrategic interests. At one point, I think there's a leak that they were estimating the possibility of a Russia tactical nuke was like at 50%. There are reasons why the Biden administration has maintained the policy. I know people are so frustrated with the wishy-washiness sometimes and this kind of like middle road approach by Biden, but there is a method to the madness in some accounts. And maybe for the American electorate, that didn't work.
What about
but
giving one to Poland as an example?
giving a
Giving
nuke
one-
to Poland?
Yeah,
Giving a nuke to somebody is like that's
That's
like
a big
doomsday
no-no.
level shit. You're like,
giving a fuck ton of long-range missiles to Poland.
what is Poland
they're-
gonna do? Poland can't attack.
The idea, okay, is that Poland's probably next.
That's a different.
Poland also has
Hopefully
like an
not.
autocratic little bent
Doesn't
to
matter.
them.
Poland's.
I know.
So that's a whole Article 5. I don't think Russia would even attack Poland.
Okay.
I understand. Listen, it sucks. This really sucks. There was a reason why we were like fighting tooth and nail to try to convince people, but we didn't win, and our message wasn't getting through. So we need to do something other than coming up with these fun little.
So what are the executive actions that are limited by President Biden? What can't he do?
What can? There's a lot of things he cannot do.
What can he do?
Wait, what's the next part of this conversation?
I don't know. I think that the next part of the conversation is.
What do you think?
What are
you
you- what are you gonna do?
keep making it sound like there's some really obvious soul searching that the Democrats need to do to like
I
be
think-
nicer to people
No.
or to be more cocked or to
No, I think that.
use like anal gapers
no,
so that we
no.
can be ready to get fucked by multiple dicks
Listen,
at the same time. What is it? What do you think needs to happen?
One, I think that we need to. There's part of what you're saying that I totally agree with. We need to grow some balls, and that starts with the Democratic politicians, but it also starts with you. You already have balls, but I need to say, you need to expand on your level of influence that you already have.
Yeah,
the
I've been
media
working on it,
sphere
yeah.
right now, the alt media sphere is dominated by right wingers.
Yeah.
And by crazy MAGA cultists. This is like an effort for us to purge the cultists, or at least make it some kind of fair fight in the alt sphere. So we're getting our message out. We're getting our framing out.
I agree.
And I think that's a positive thing that we can do.
Yeah.
Is to grow as a I don't know, an
Victor!
I agree.
base. And then let's back some politicians. Let's carry forward some of the work that you've done already in the canvassing, but let's support base politicians. People with balls, people with some kind of personality, some kind of like identity beyond just anti-Trumpism. We need to define ourselves as more than just what we're in opposition against. That's my take.
In which Discord is he? Oh god, trying to do this live. You guys are making me want to kill
Hold
myself.
on. What's his name?
I don't even know if he's in like a voice channel. I don't know which Discord.
And I kill yourself.
What would his name be?
Chung
Oh,
Blagong.
I don't know what he's in Discord.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
A stoned troll. Oh, Brian Tyler Cohen.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be. Okay.
Hello?
One thing I did.
Hello?
I'll probably talk about this in some of the connection because I want to think about like different media approaches. I don't want to like be on my knees like begging the Democrats to like work with me because it is a lot of hubris or whatever. But if not me, they need to like find some strong center left. Like I want to go fuck with people because it is kind of insane that like and I said this a lot and I
Hello?
that like I'm probably too hot for any like mainstream campaign to handle. Like I'm sympathetic. Well, hold on. Before I would have said I agree with that. Now I think I would say I'm sympathetic towards that. I think now I'm less sympathetic with that. But it's insane that I would have to say like they should probably stay as far away from me as possible because I'm just way too much. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is like doing shows with Aiden Ross.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Why don't we work with Cenk? Why don't you work with Cenk?
I'll do shows with Cenk. I'll do shows with Cenk.
There's common cause between some
Cenk?
and guess what?
The problem is
Cenk
that
was pretty base in a lot of moments. in
Cenk
this
was
election.
absolutely. I had a good bonding moment with Mehdi. I
Yes.
loved chatting with him afterwards. It was a lot of fun. He was a cool dude. But the issue is that all of the. This is something I complained about earlier. There's so many different things at play here. This is a lot. There's not like one thing for this, right? There's a lot of things at play. But another thing that's at play is that Republicans are lockstep with their messaging from Fox News to Rob Noor, from the Daily Wire to a guy that goes on Tim Pool's show.
To Brett Cooper, to all their little.
On the center left media sphere, all of our most radical people hate our party. They hate our party.
Yeah.
Hassan was streaming to 200,000 or 300,000 people on Twitch. He hates the Democrats. Never advocates for Kamala.
Yeah.
Brianna Joy Gray or whatever.
Yeah.
With all the big fighting people on the
Might
left.
as well be MAGA.
Kyle Kalinske, although
He's
did
been based.
he did, yeah.
He was based for Kamala.
It's hard though to say that
he's a
like I
smart
want you
guy.
to vote for these people that are pro-genocide, That's a hard one.
So we need to get an identity. We need to find out where we stand.
Yeah, but the identity's never no, I'm sorry. Those people need to be ejected. They need to be not included, and there needs to be more outreach to like your strong center left warriors.
Hey, hold on one sec, Steve. Can you get the video working for him? It should be.
Six.
Hold on
Do
one
we have
second.
volume? Wait, can you play? Do we have volume on this computer?
Yeah, I'll set that. You can hear us okay there, buddy?
Has been slain.
I can do
Oh, hold on one second. Let's adjust on our end.
We're gonna adjust some things real quick.
Oh wait. We hear you. Yeah, hold on. Let me. Yeah, so that we can hear you. We're just waiting to get our video for you. 1 second. Which one do you want it to be Steve? Okay, hold on.
Run, baby girl, run!
Visual camera going.
Oh wait.
Yeah. 1 second. How's it going? I like your hair. We have similar hairstyles.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I can't see you. I should
Yeah.
probably pull up something else.
No, hold on. We'll have it working in a second. Hold on.
Your team
Give it a
has
second.
destroyed a turret.
I had to literally find out from the YouTube chat how to work Discord. This is my first time I've been ever using Discord.
That's okay. How old are you?
It's apparently just off the cusp of how old I am using Discord. I'm 35, but in my defense,
Oh
I'm
my
on,
God.
I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, and like I don't have any more time for other platforms at this point. So,
Discord is the most important of all of those. Okay, that's the most based
well, I
messenger.
think that's this election. Maybe we're not reaching people on the right platforms.
Yeah.
Is the takeaway from this?
That's fair, I think. Can you see us now?
I can.
Awesome.
It's the
Well,
goat
Steve, a
guy.
second.
Thank you guys for. Thanks for the quick pivot to let me in here.
Of course.
So, where do you want to send nukes off to?
God.
I'm actually interested in talking about the conversation you guys were just talking about, which is like what we do to contend with a right-wing media ecosystem that looks the way it does right now. I mean, we've like the thing that blows my mind is how we sat idly by on the left and just allowed the right to create this media infrastructure where they have Fox and OAN and Newsmax and the top 20 podcasts, like 9 of them are right-wing podcasts. Megyn Kelly, Dan Bongino, Ben Shapiro, Joe Rogan. It's all just like this gateway into just right-wing ideology. They have Facebook, they have TikTok, and all the while, all we do on the left is sit idly by and validate the same mainstream media outlets that are proving over and over that they do not want to be on Democratic teams. Like, how many times have you ever watched the New York Times run front page stories on Hillary Clinton before you recognize that maybe the New York Times isn't on our side? And yet, instead of laying hands on progressive media, instead of validating progressive media, instead of calling to build up progressive media, they continue to keep benefits, confer benefits onto the mainstream media that's showing them through both sides of them, through bad bad coverage, they just don't. They're not into it. They don't care. They don't care about it.
So I think the issue is, and this is, there are so many different things that go into this. It's not simple, but I think that things like the media, a lot of this is downstream from another thing that I think is really important. I don't know if you have any children or if you've ever had a dog before or whatever, but if somebody is allowed to do something and there's not a punishment for it, then they're going to continue to do that behavior, especially if they reap something positive for it. And one of the most frustrating things about the upcoming Trump presidency is, I'm sorry, I don't care who you are, I don't care how you say I'm delusional, out of touch. Biden and this administration did a phenomenal job at righting the ship on this economy. We are outperforming every other economy in the world when it comes to metrics like inflation. Bro, you want to talk about hire? Dan is a small business computer guy over here. You want to hire a computer programmer? You go to the United Kingdom. These guys make like fucking 35,000 quid a year, okay? The United States is in an amazing spot compared to the rest of the world. However, we're not allowed to take credit for it because there is no, at the end of the day, there's no factual reduction to anything that's being said or to anything that's happening. Like, Trump is allowed to get on stage and simultaneously say things like, aren't you happier now than you were, or weren't you happier 4 years ago? Despite the fact that we were living in lockdown. And they weren't happy 4 years ago. That's why they voted him out of office.
Garbage bags.
Yeah, there is no.
Tens of thousands per day.
Yeah, so
buried in mass graves in this country.
There's absolutely zero accountability on the Republican side, and I think that there are other issues that I feel strongly about. Especially you see me scream about things probably on stream. I feel strongly about misinformation. I feel strongly about policy. I feel strongly about immigration and foreign policy. Blah 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 blah. All of that though is downstream, I think, from the lack of accountability. Like, how many fucking times, I know you've heard, how many fucking times has a Republican come up to you and talked about Joe Biden calling all Republicans MAGA Republicans, or about Hillary Clinton using the word deplorables, right? How many, Matt Walsh, Ben Shapiro, how many of these people have written full articles about how they would never vote for Donald Trump? And they're some of his biggest glazers today, right? It was Ben Shapiro first, who on January 7th,
getting his wife fucking dominated.
Yeah, it was Ben Shapiro who, before I did, called it this was an insurrection. Nobody, I don't even know if anybody in the media was using that term. And Ben Shapiro came out and said this was an insurrection. We have to be honest. And now it's like January 20th. Oh, you mean when the police led people through the building? Like, there is no accountability on the Republican side for anything. Like, it's yeah.
But I mean that lends itself to the exact argument from before. That's the benefit you get from having a right-wing media ecosystem where their sole goal, it's not to like perpetuate accurate information. It's not even to hold these people accountable. They are a propaganda arm of the Republican Party.
Yeah.
And we have no equivalency on the left. And when I say equivalency, like, we don't need somebody to just cheer. Are you allowed to curse on this stream?
Yeah.
Is there any rule? There's no equivalency. Like we're not looking to be cheerleaders in the same way that you know, Steve Bannon and all these people are going to be cheerleaders for Trump. That Fox and Friends are cheerleaders for Trump, but like we don't have any equivalent in terms of like what we're able to do to bolster Democrats. And like, we just, to your point, look at the economic condition that we have. If Donald Trump had the economy that we have today, where he added 16 million jobs, had the lowest unemployment rate in 50 years, a record high stock market, and the strongest economy on the planet, and no recession after COVID, do you think he wouldn't be beating his chest on a daily basis? You think that guy wouldn't be parading himself on national television?
Donald Trump is simultaneously not at all responsible for COVID, while getting to take credit for the lower immigration and everything out of COVID, while Joe Biden is responsible for all the inflation, like COVID never even happened, and gets no credit for writing the economy at all. It's
right. But the fact is, he can show up on Fox News and they'll repeat this all day. And they start at 5 o'clock in the morning, and it goes into their midday coverage, and we end with Laura Ingraham, you know, and the evening with like Greg Gutfell's comedy hour, and it just never stops. And these people are pumped with this stuff all day long, all day long. They just have this information pumped into their veins to the point where now, 4 years later, you know, to your point, we're talking about the revisionist history when it comes to COVID. They think that was some period of great prosperity. We were burying Americans in mass graves.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? We lost 3 million jobs. The unemployment rate was 6.5%, and the economy suffered an economic contraction. Our economy shrunk.
Dude, I completely bogged this game. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for dripping, but dripping's what I do.
It's millions.
Jungle Div, don't talk.
You just can't.
Yeah.
The thing that I keep stressing to people, and I'll keep fighting on this, is we live in we have a different set of rules right now, and this is what me and Pisco fight over a lot.
Yeah.
I love Pisco; he's a great guy. But I get frustrated when people keep saying how much more can we train our MMA to beat this dude who keeps showing up with larger and larger machetes every time we have a fight? You cannot exist in this environment. I don't care for you, for Brian, for Biden, for Obama, anybody. You cannot beat somebody who can take credit for everything, even things they haven't done.
I
and
didn't
walk
get-
away from
I
all
didn't
accountability.
get it,
Brian
man.
said it. I think Brian said it.
I
Brian,
had
there's some lines we will not
27
cross.
kill
We're not necessarily
participation.
needing to be as servile
I
as
didn't
Charlie
get it.
Kirk or Steve Bannon, but there is value in. I mean, the Democrats were asleep at the wheel. Clearly, that they had an advantage that we were lacking going into this fight, and we got fucked. But that doesn't mean we just give up. And I think that there is something to build here. There's something to go forward on. But it can't be listening to the Chuck Schumers of the world and the New York Times of the world. It can't be that, because that doesn't work.
I mean, I feel at this point, like we've ceded a lot of this ground. I think, and a lot of the conversation I'm hearing around like the creator space is like we have to figure out how to communicate with people in a way that we're not doing right now. Like
The keys are gone, folks.
watching the right dominate, especially with the issues that they have, like. There is no reason why why this space should be so available to the right when your positions are like stripping women of blocking abortion rights, and you're like a 19-year-old guy. How does that make any sense? Like we've ceded this space so thoroughly to them. The fact that they're able to win on issues like that really goes to show like the extent to which we are just absent in these spaces that we need to be in.
Just read the YouTube comments. Every time we're on a live stream, your YouTube comments, your live comments, they're all red-pilled.
Yeah. I think there was
On this monitor, that way we can look at him and the back of your head isn't on the video for all this.
transferring that is complicated. Fuck all that.
I'm fine.
Yeah, fuck him. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, it's gonna be our video as the back of your
Good.
head.
I want to see the back of her head.
Okay.
I do agree there were mistakes made before, and actually, this is actually one of the things that I give Kamala's campaign a lot of credit for. Even though it was a little cringe, that the white dudes for Harris stuff, I think stuff like that was really good, because there was too much of this like finger waving at like white guys and men for too long that basically made it so that if you were a white guy, if you were a male, you had to go listen to Jordan Peterson, or you had to go listen to these red pillars, because everybody in the mainstream like Democratic Party hated you, or it felt that way at least on the culture front, right? On Twitter and in schools, it was just this constant demonization of like these mainstream like main class people, majority class people.
I feel like at this point, like I gotta like go to a gym somewhere, start cycling HGH and like on camera, on live, and be like, that's my gateway into like reaching Gen Z guys at this point.
Yeah, I mean, unironically, yeah. Give me. What do you? So obviously we need to have more. I want to push you and Pisco.
Yeah.
Because Pisco over here has been a little questioner. Okay, he's not answering a question. I'm curious. Like, what do you think? What needs to change? What needs to be better? How do you compete with a guy? Okay. Like, we're going to have a debate, and I'm going to come out, and I'm going to say, well, actually, in case you guys didn't know, Brian is actually fucking Satan. And half the audience believes it. How do you win a debate with a guy like that? What are you doing? Like, what do you do? And it doesn't have to be personal. I just mean like in general, like the policy conversation in the U.S. Like, what do you do? How do you? What kind of media presence do we even be pushing for? Yeah.
I think you need candidates. Go ahead, Brian.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say anti-Trumpism, because anti-Trumpism by itself did not work. The people had access to all the fucked up shit that Trump did, and it wasn't enough.
Didn't Trump want an anti-wokeism, though? What is he running on?
He's running on a vision that, like,
Getting 8 ads every 20 minutes is actually diabolical. Meet Pi, the ad blocker that actually works on Twitch, aka every user's dream. I can watch my favorite streamers without being bombarded with ads every few minutes. It's seriously been a game changer. Plus, you can use Pi to block ads on Amazon, Google, and YouTube. Like, look at this. It works so seamlessly. And the best part, Pi will actually pay you to see ads. It's your choice. Either block ads forever or get paid to see them. Trust me, everyone is going to be using Pi. Don't miss out.
can't describe the positive things that they're doing and why it's affecting their lives and the
But then you
constituents' lives.
run this huge risk of people just calling you out of touch. Like, I feel like that's what happens with Democrats, because I've made these impassioned pleas to people where I'm like, bro, like, you know, they were able to, Biden did forgive some student loan stuff to people, or you know, we have expanded access to things like health.
But you're not in charge.
Sure, but I mean, if they say it too, then it's just immediately like, oh, these guys are out of touch. Well, Hillary tried that with the America's already great. Bullshit. This country fucking sucks. And how does Trump? Here's something that makes me mad. Okay, there are legitimate citizens in countries that try to flee these countries. Okay, because they're so fucked. In the United States, people will come to this country illegally for the opportunity to work here. To work here, they'll flee to this country illegally. They'll come to this country illegally to work here. But people say, why do illegal immigrants come here? To leech off of our amazing welfare state? Like they don't live in reality at all. How do you contend with that? Sorry, I'm repeating myself. Go ahead.
Shit, I wanted that open. Shit. Let's go, Brandon.
Is kind of following along in a way. If they don't have candidates that they're excited about, and if you know, people who have excitement aren't being led into the right doors and aren't in the right meetings, how can there be synergy?
I really do think, like, I really do think the media is a huge part. I think the media is so much bigger of a part of this than any other. I think our policies are correct. Like, I think the vast majority of Democratic policies looking to combat climate change, looking to expand healthcare, looking to bolster unions. We have the PRO Act, looking to, you know, continue pushing forward gun safety reforms. Like, whatever it is, the policies are correct, and the policies are popular. And that's, by the way, why we keep winning ballot initiatives. So people are voting.
What is this?
Positions, but they're not voting for Democratic politicians. And I think there's a few things. One, we have to run people. I think people who need to run who actually have.
I was gonna say something,
and, like,
but I'm not gonna say that.
That's a big part of it. And like, will we miss out on some of the best legislators in the world? Yeah. Is it gonna matter if we don't get in power or those people don't get elected? No. Like that's the reality of it. Who was it? Was it Patrick Leahy? From Vermont, who retired because he was like 110 years old, right?
Yeah.
And he was replaced by
a 72-year-old geriatric. Yeah.
Who was that? Who was that? Was it Feinstein that like died in Congress?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's mean, but
died in office. Like, but Leahy, I think, was like 90, and then they replaced him with Peter Welch, was like the young buck who took his spot in the Senate.
And he's as old as Biden.
Let me see.
He must be 72, I think. 72, 73.
no, it's definitely an issue. Age is. We got a lot of old fucking Democrats. That is true.
I mean,
And
think
some
about
of the most popular ones too, like Bernie.
Sure.
He's getting up there.
Yeah.
now.
And to squander one of those seats on somebody who was like, yes, next in line because he was a congressman and now he's going to be a senator, but like
who cares?
Another septuagenarian, it just seems so wild that in these rare opportunities where we have people who are in positions where they can actually have an audience and have the ability to talk to people, we keep using it for not just people who are too old, but certainly people who are too old, but people who aren't able to connect with regular people. And so whereas Republicans have Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley and like these people who do resonate as reprehensible as I think they are, who do resonate with their audiences, we have Peter Welch who doesn't, who nobody would be able to recognize if he was sitting on their laps.
I think that's a fantastic point. Every one of these, conservatives that you mentioned, they're superstars. They're like movie stars. Ted Cruz, Matt Gaetz, Marjorie Taylor Greene. They're people that like everyone's excited to see them when they come. Like all these MAGA supporters, when they walk in the room, they light up the room. No one really is excited. Like, would you be excited to see Chuck Schumer as someone would be to see like?
Okay, but hold on. I need to take a quick pause to say, okay, to fuck the electorate, okay? Because these are the people you voted for, not you. Me too, right? Because people will say things like, and this is why I'm also not sure if I believe it sometimes. Because people will say things like, why do we have fucking Biden? Well, what do you mean? Look at all the other options you had to choose from, and you didn't pick any of them, right? Why? I don't know if the super delegates were the reason why Biden managed to beat Kamala, Pete, the 20 other fucking people on that stage, right? Like the electorate chooses you. Same thing. You look at like people like Nancy Pelosi, right? What is it? Congress has like a 9% approval rating, but your own representative has like an 80% approval rating. Like they keep choosing them over and over again. So like arguably the only way that the Republicans were able to change so much to some extent was because of like an abandonment of, we don't really have like the Republican Party anymore, right? We have got like Trump's party.
Am I Racist is now streaming on Daily Wire Plus.
Powerful. The message is clear. DEI certified. I'm here to help.
People are raving about Am I Racist?
Sometimes we have to confront those people.
Am I Racist? Now streaming only on Daily Wire Plus.
Am I gay sexual?
To say that maybe they had a semblance of the point when we nominate. I think Biden did a great job. But when you nominate someone like Biden, you're playing scared. You're constantly playing on defense, and I constantly feel in all these
Play
races.
on defense. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I love you. You keep hold on. You keep saying this, and people keep saying this. That when you're nominating Biden, you're playing scared. Trump literally lost to Biden, and they renominated him. He's got the entire party held hostage.
No,
and we're the ones that are scared.
It goes to voters. But it also goes to the media infrastructure.
Okay.
And I think that Democrats
I'm getting
are
cocked.
always scared and anxious. And you even felt it yesterday. I mean, obviously
but we're scared because we're playing in the same world. Republicans aren't scared because they know they're going to win, or it was rigged. Like, what a great worldview to have. He was already calling it rigged when Philadelphia was just being reported. What the fuck? Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, bro.
I'm in complete agreement. Like I think Democrats are scared because like we know the stakes, and also there's nothing for Republicans to be afraid of. Like what Biden comes into office. The reality is that the last three Democratic presidents that have come in have all cleaned up recessions from Republicans. What do they have to be afraid of?
True.
There's nothing for a Republican to be afraid of. A Democrat comes into office and we add jobs
True.
to the economy.
That was a good one.
Not afraid. Worst case scenario, we just have better economic conditions than when we started.
Absolutely true.
Democrats are scared because if Republicans take power, then we have assholes like fucking John Eastman and
True. That's such a good one.
And all these guys that are going to be in power, promising to kick every career civil servant out of government, replacing with political appointees.
This is why when things like the immunity ruling happen, they piss me off so much, because realistically, Republicans aren't worried about criminal immunity because what the fuck is a Democrat gonna fucking do with it? Drive with a suspended license and not be held accountable? What? Literally nothing is going to happen. But we're, on the other hand, right?
We have Biden in office right now who's able to wield whatever immunity ruling the Supreme Court handed down. They said anything that falls under the umbrella of an official act.
Sorry. These guys don't like that, by the way, and they called me stupid when I said it. But now they're all starstruck. They're like, whoa, hey, wait a second. This is a great idea. You know what you are? To me now.
Alright, I gotta focus, bro. It's gonna be a hard ass lane. Am I that big? Dude, I do not look big, bro. Yeah. It's over. It's over for chat cells. Beachhead. We have a woman in the bot lane. How much cancer you have right now?
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
You have 3 TPs. Do we need more, man?
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Looks like I won't be getting. wholesome.
Minions have spawned.
Sweet princess.
First blood. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Ooh. Again. Don't know where Chud's at.
An enemy has been slain.
Do the gigagu for MP. That's what I get. He's gonna bag.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Oh, cancer cells are seething. Cancer cells are seething.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
This guy's dead. Good riddance.
You have
Oh,
slain
me, I'm bad. I'm gone. Don't you love when you get ganked? It's the most wholesome thing in the game. Oh, you can't kill the guy who made a mistake. Yay. It was actually you who made the mistake because you didn't look at the map. Oh, fuck me, man. So fucking AIDS, dude, that we're gonna lose this game most likely. Like, the chances of us winning. Q it. Fucking. Oh, fucking pedo.
An ally has been slain.
Dog. Yes, bro. Yeah, hey, it's my fault that we can't get that, by the way. Do you need fucking cancer, man? Awesome. Yeah, hey, it's my fault that we can't get that, by the way. That's how that worked. Yep. The reason why I didn't go in there is because I didn't have a fucking fear. I don't remember, but it just wouldn't work because fucking Alistar was right there, man. Yeah, we're gonna get that one that we can't get. Unbelievable, though. Fucking freak humans, man.
Enemy killing spree. Shut down. An ally has been slain.
Man, if I got the same level of gank and shit from my jungler, dude, oh, it'd be awesome. But you would never get that. It's just how it works. Jungle has cancer, as always. Never a time when these fucking pedos don't, basically. Fucking humbug, of course. I can only do my best. Oh, the fucking queen. Can I help with you?
Ally has been slain.
So fucked, dude.
Enemy killing spree. Enemy double kill.
Yippee! Yippee! I have $1 million. Forced to go help pedophiles. Born to be a chud. Born to be a chud, forced to help pedophiles. The truth, folks. Nothing but the truth. You get it. Be happy, little bro.
An ally has been slain. Enemy killing spree.
So gonna get ganked. Yeah, we can't really do much. So it's. I don't know, man. This game was just looking over.
An enemy is dominating.
Okay, we're just not gonna go.
Shut down.
We're just not gonna go. Oh. Couldn't have more mutts on my team, could I?
Your turret has been destroyed.
Literally.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Of course we fucking FF, dude. Yeah, none of my teammates need fucking death, dude. True.